All righty. Welcome, everybody. Hope you all are doing well. So let's jump right into the profit and loss. Everybody saw a copy of what I sent out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So it was nice to actually finish a month off with some money in the accounts. It wasn't a lot, but it was something.
Yep, it ain't red.
You know what? I printed it out, but I didn't go get it. Hang on y'all go ahead. I'll be right back.
So either the Denises, do you have any questions?
I don't. No, I'm good.
Ms. Montgomery, how about you? Any questions?
No, like I said, when I looked and said, "Oh, it ain't red," and was black, we had a little change. I was okay. Said it ain't much.
No.
Never mind. Yes, thank you. Okay. Okay, sorry about that.
All right. So, Miss Becky, any questions?
No, I don't think so. Where is it, Roger? That's not it. Mm-mm. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, I see it. I'm sorry. I was looking for the money left. I knew I'd seen some money left. Woohoo!
Yeah, it wasn't a whole lot, but it was something for a change. So that was nice. It didn't last very long. The next day it was pretty much gone, but it was there. So
That's the way it always is.
it is. It is. But yeah, we at least had something. So, and as of today, HEB has come on board for another $1,000 for Lone Star for next year. So that's good.
Yeah, good.
So that will help. All right. So if there are no questions, anybody want to second it and approve it as is?
I second as is.
All right. And all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. So we'll go through the old business one at a time. So the Lone Star Festival 2026. The Austin City finally got their act together and released the grand opening middle of October. We have until the end of December, or excuse me, the 1st of December to put in our request. This year, we're only allowed up to $40,000 because we are not an IRS approved nonprofit, as we had been because of all the confusion and the name change and everything. So we're only allowed up to $40,000. I had asked Juliet for a letter since she was a sponsored vendor last year. Unfortunately, like I said, I haven't heard from her. So the last time I saw her was early October, and that was it. So that was the only thing missing for me to complete it. Once I do complete it, if we get funding, we'll know by the end of December. And by January, early January, mid-January, if we do get funding, then it will be funded to us at that time. So we will see how that progresses and stuff like that. But $40,000 pretty much covers all of our expenses as it currently stands with the hotel and everything, plus extra, which is perfect because we need that extra for advertising and stuff like that. So we will see how it all plays out. So any question
When will we
about
know that? When will we?
By the end of December.
Okay.
And if it is funded, if we get anything, we should have it in January, probably mid-January to the end of January, somewhere around there, which works out perfect on timing and stuff like that. So, okay. Any questions?
That sounds wonderful. Hopefully we'll get it.
So what if we don't?
That's a good question, Becky.
Yeah, we'll have to really push getting sponsorships from small businesses to help cover costs. We'll need to raise a total of $20,000 to cover our expenses. We haven't sold many tables right now, and I really haven't pushed that as much. I think we have 12 tables, and that includes you guys as part of that. So it's not, I mean, we've got 50 tables to sell, That's roughly $10,000 to bring in. So it can be done if we sell the tables. But in the January meeting, we'll know exactly where we stand and what we need to do is, whether to go ahead and move forward or to scrap it all together or whatever. So hopefully we'll have something by then. All right. Book festivals in general. For 5 weeks, I was all around the state doing events and stuff, and all of them were suffering attendees not showing up. I was at the one in Houston that had 135 authors, and they had as many attendees showing up as we did. And that's really bad. So they're not sure what happened with them because they've had years where it's been really good. But he's not sure if it was just the fact he did local advertising or where it was located. He wasn't sure. So he was a little frustrated as well.
Which one was this, Alan?
This was the Texas Indie Author event in Houston, the first part of October.
And where are those held at? All the ones the recent ones, where are those held?
Okay, so the one in Amarillo was a writers' conference. They had a good attendance for writers, but no one for the book festival aspect. And that was at a hotel.
What? In hotels, okay.
Then the one in Dallas, the writers' conference that Denise joined me at, is overall well attended. That was at a conference center, kind of like a convention center for Hearst. Then the one in Houston was at a private school gym, excuse me. And so he's feeling that's kind of what might have been the issue there and stuff. And where was the other one I was at? In Killeen. Now Killeen was a mixture of it was a street festival, Oktoberfest. So it had a whole bunch of things drawn. Where I was located was on one of the side streets. So it wasn't like we were getting a lot of traffic down there, but the people down at the main street, they had a lot of traffic. So it's hard to say. Now, when I've done individual events, like I've done 6 small events, I've done well. I've sold anywhere from probably the lowest was 5 to about 15 books each event. So I was comfortable with that. And it only cost me like $35 each to attend. But that big one for Houston, they didn't have that huge of a turnout. Now, Denise, the Dallas African American event's coming up, right?
Okay, I went to Tullasomas this past Saturday, and they had it was over 40 authors. And I don't know if you've ever been in the museum. It's not that big, and we were in there like sardines. And they had the children's authors mixed in with the fiction and nonfiction authors. And most of the people that came bought their kids, and they were all buying children's books. So they charged $75 for the event, and I I broke even. All I did, I made my $75 back. But when you count in my time and all of the trouble of going in it, I just feel like I didn't do anything. And Alan, be honest with you, I'm really concerned. I don't think that book festivals, people, and they had a huge crowd. They had a nice crowd. But like I said, the people were just coming through, walking through, and I'm sure they were buying books. They just, maybe it just wasn't my genre that they were wanting, because they had people coming through. It's just, I'm just not seeing a lot of faith in book festivals right now.
Yeah, just plain book festivals. Yeah, definitely.
It seems to me that the ones that are more like festivals, outside, outdoors, they get more foot traffic, if nothing else, just because there's other things to do. I mean, the one we had in Seguin, I mean, that where we were, it was hot as can be, but there was good, it was good traffic. Just too hot.
Yeah.
It was just too hot out there, right?
Yeah, in our first year we had 1,000 people show up, so that was definitely great.
Yeah.
But the other years lacked, and that's part of it due to lack of advertising it and stuff. But yes, that heat is the issue and stuff. So that's something we need to consider, is whether or not to move the Lone Star to a different time of year, or is it, um, are people kind of freaking out right now because of the politics and the lack of funding, because inflation's still going on? So is
Mm-hmm.
that another issue we have to consider as well? I mean, things that we don't need to address tonight, but definitely
Mhm.
need to talk about come January, when we know whether we got the money or not.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I think
Um,
if
I'm sorry.
definitely if we don't, well, I'm just praying that we do get the money, but if we don't, I really think we need to reconsider some things.
I agree. Okay. All right. So let's move on. Voices of America. We haven't had much traction on that right now. Um, and that's, I would say that's me not putting it back out there for people to remember about it and post about it and stuff. But we still have until February 15th to get stories in. So we'll see how that goes. Um, 10th annual short story contest was wrapped up. I'm slow in getting the books out to the winners, only because money was just lacking, and we've just couldn't
Mm.
order enough books in time and stuff like that. But we should be pretty much back on track by next week. So, read safe ratings, again, it's slow. I'm not pushing it as hard because I'm pushing other things. Um, but we are getting people putting their stuff in. It's just slow. It's not as fast as I would like.
Hmm.
Which, speaking of, not one of you have submitted any books for me to put in there.
I submitted mine out. Is this for
One
the
of
safe
them,
rating?
right? And that was it. We got other books. Remember, all this is free to you guys because you're level 4 members. So this is free to you guys. So, yeah, don't hesitate to
But
send the
I
stuff
did.
to me.
Did I send one or two?
I know for sure one. You may have sent a second one. You've got like 4 or 5 books.
Yeah, I have 8. Okay, so I'll send the rest of them. I thought I did. Okay.
The more that we have on there, the stronger it is for us to present it to
Okay.
people and stuff, to say, look, we're building this huge database and stuff. So that helps sell it
Okay.
in that respects. Um, okay. So Texas Authors Press. I sent you all that information about it. Have you all had a chance to look it over?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yes, I looked
No,
it
Start with
over.
you, Becky.
okay. I know I haven't had a chance. I know you were telling me
So,
about it at the conference. So if you want to talk about it.
uh, so Becky, since she looked it over, you have questions?
No, it's very similar to a contract I have with a company that um, it's very similar to it. So I think it looks good and all that. There was one thing I wasn't sure about, where you said see Article 11. What was that? Um, so Article 11 is the digital specific terms. It
Uh-huh.
was on if you were to get out of it, let's see, termination for breach, effective termination. On termination other than publisher's insolvency or closure, rights revert to author only to the extent expressly provided in this agreement and after satisfaction of payment obligations. Archival rights as provided in Section 11 survive as specified. So does that mean only on, what does that mean?
All right, I'm going to have to open it up. Bear with me a second. Let me see if I can find it.
It talks about the publisher's right to mint NFTs and smart contracts and royalties. I'm sorry, what are those?
Okay, NFTs are those non-fungible tokens that you've heard the meme
Right, but
that the
what's a
president
smart
has got.
contract?
The smart. Okay, hold on. Let me find it. Uh, where are you? Where are you? Oops, that's not it. Sorry, I thought it was in my file there and it's not, so I'm having to find it. Bear with me.
Okay, well, it just says that 11 is NFT digital specific terms. In limited editions, publishers' right to mint NFTs or other blockchain representatives of the work is limited to one item per book for a 12-month period, absent prior written consent. And then smart contracts and royalties. Publisher will use reasonable efforts to include resale royalties in smart contracts where practical. Net receipts after cost shall be distributed. But what's a smart contract? Is that a new term or does that just mean a contract?
It's a new term referring to electronic contracts.
Mhm.
Also referring to blockchain, all of those electronic aspects. Let me see if I can find the actual definition for you.
So well, that's fine. But so if I understand correctly, termination for breach, you get everything back except for the NFTs that the Texas publishers or press would have created. They retain that. Is that correct?
Right. Uh-huh.
Okay. Okay. That's what I wanted to make sure that's the way I understood it. The only thing I see that I would probably specify on the contract is that authors cannot, they are encouraged to promote their books on their own, but they cannot give away a book. Just like with Amazon, if we have it in their exclusive rights, then we cannot give away a book free without going through them. Digital book. So we can't put it on Funnel Link or anything like that, Book Funnel. So we need to put that on there, I think, that they can't give one through Book Funnel unless we want them to. But as long as an author is giving away electronic books, that's one less sale that we make.
It is a less sale, but at the same time, it's the potential of more sales. I personally don't mind them giving it away through a funnel type program because that does encourage then hopefully reviews, which means possible sales and stuff like that. That's how I see that.
Yeah, that's fine. I know that is an express. Most of them are saying that, but that could be an advantage to going with us is that, they can do something like that with their own.
So let me ask you, would you, if you got a contract that allowed you to do that, would that be more favorable to you since you've seen the Amazon aspect?
I know that I joined a group that we shared. We were in an author sharing program where every month we shared someone else's book. So I took one of my books out of KDP so that I would be free to give it away through Book Funnel. And then when it was over, I could put it back in.
Right.
Becca, can you tell me real quick what Book Funnel is?
Okay, I'm sorry, Denise. Book Funnel.
Can you? Yes.
It is an app that you can put your books in, and you can sell through it, or you can do a group sell thing through it, or you can just give away a book like an art copy. That's how I do my art copies. And the advantage of it is that your reader can get it either on their Kindle, on just a PFD copy. You can send it, you don't have to keep sending them a Word file or whatever. So they take care of all the files.
Now, is that that's not through, excuse me, y'all. That's not through KDP, right?
No, it's a different company. It's Book Funnel.
Okay, thank you.
And it's like $100 a year, I think, something like that. So, and you can give unlimited books. So anyway, I'm sorry, Alan, what were you asking me?
So, yeah, I mean, it was a kind of a hassle having to pull it out so you can give it away and then put it back on after it was done, right?
Right.
So in that respect, for us to be able to have that option where they can still do it without having to remove it, I think is
yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Either the Denises, do you have questions?
Well, what is the cost of our publishing?
The cost of publishing, there is no cost. We're a traditional publisher in that respect.
Okay.
So how,
Yeah.
so, so we will make money when the author sells their book, you will get uh, Texas authors will get a portion of the proceeds?
Correct.
Okay.
It's basically
So,
a 50-50 split of what the income is.
okay. And, I know I'm sorry I didn't read the whole thing, Alan, but basically, at what point does a person come and say, I want you to do it? Are you given after they've written it? At what point do they turn it in to you?
So what we're asking for is that the manuscript could be completely done, that they've edited it, they've gone through, they've fine-tuned it to the best they feel it can be. Then we will take it and we'll go through our process, which is a 5-step process to determine, if it's done right, if it's a good story, if it's been
Mm-hmm.
edited, if it will sell. We'll have all that laid out, and then we'll share that information with them so that they
Mm-hmm.
can go back and say, okay, this is great, or no, I need to fix this and this before we go ahead and publish.
Okay. And is published with the Texas author label on or is like I have my own publishing label. It's published on the Texas authors, not my label, right?
Correct.
Okay.
The advantage then, Denise, is you can say you're a hybrid author because you are published by someone other than just yourself.
Right.
And what would be the advantage of saying that, Becky? Tell me that.
It's like if you want to, some people, their goal is to be a fully published author with one of the big houses.
Right.
They think that, being self-published is
Right.
not as good.
Yeah.
But if you're a
Yeah.
hybrid, you have the best of both worlds. So you can say that someone else has chosen to publish your book, so you're good enough to meet their standards,
Gotcha.
and you do your own too. So
Yeah, okay.
okay, so Alan, the big
Yes.
question I have is, who's our staff? Who's going to be doing the editing?
It's me, and that's why the first year we're going to keep it only to 6 published books at this point, other than anything I do. So it's not like we're going to do a huge rollout of 20 books or anything like that. We're going to keep it short, simple, so that we can build on it and start getting that income coming in, so it pays for itself, so that we can then build and increase it accordingly.
What about
Alan,
covers? Will we provide those,
Yeah.
or what?
Good question.
Covers.
Yeah, we'll do the covers.
Okay.
So we'll work with them. We'll either hire someone to do the cover, or we'll use AI depending on the situation, but we'll work with each author independently to get what they are liking and what they want.
Okay. Do we want new publications or someone to take an old title and we would have to, of course, have a new ISBN and a new cover and a new title, but are we taking previous publications or only new?
At this point, I was just going with only new.
Okay.
Okay. So that the book will go up on Amazon or Ingram. It will go up on those, right?
Right. It'll go through Ingram, so that's on all the bookstores.
Okay. So
Now, will it be wide as far as ebooks, or will it be Amazon?
No, it'll be wide.
Okay.
will it be what, Becky? Asked it again.
Wide,
Well,
which means to all of the Nook. I mean, to all the different available ones.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Because we don't want them to be stuck with just Amazon. We want to make sure the book has as much exposure as we possibly can for them, because it helps in sales overall. And,
Right.
yes, there are some drawbacks when you don't do exclusively Amazon, but it's small overall. And with the backlash this year against Amazon, and it seems to be continuing to grow, I think by spreading it out to other sources is better for everybody as well.
Mhm.
All right.
Okay.
Any more questions?
Yeah, I have a book. My last book, Blind Ambition. I didn't have the money at the time to buy, and I for some reason Amazon gave me an ISBN because I did have an ISBN, but they kept saying they couldn't use it. So that book is on Amazon, but but since that I got the ISBN from them, I can only sell it on Amazon. If I were to republish it, would I be able to do that?
So if you, but okay, so if you want to republish it through us, you would have to take it off of Amazon in its current form, or you would end up two identical copies of the same book on Amazon. So it can it it's not going to hurt your sales either way because whichever one pops up is the one that's going to be purchased. Okay.
Okay.
But
Just
yeah,
wanted to be able to put it on other platforms, and right now I can't because Amazon gave me the ISBN.
yeah. So if we were,
Okay.
since it's all done, if we were to redo it, it'd be real easy for us to process and do it. It would be under our ISBN until the contract expires, and then you could choose to do whatever you want with it.
Okay. All right.
Mhm. All right. So since we've never officially voted on Texas Authors Press doing it, does any more questions on that? Okay.
I know I have one real quick one. I know previously we had talked about getting people to, I guess that would be the legacy, for them to donate their book forever, but through this, there is a chance for the family, the author could withhold it and give it to their family, correct? Any
Right.
future royalties. Okay.
Right. Yeah, they can choose to keep it with the family or choose to give it to us. That would be something down the road.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
All
Okay.
right. So
So what about
no,
like journals and things?
I haven't explored journals per se. But you're talking like what type journals?
Well, I got about 5 journals I need to get out the door. Um, so
Are they like educational journals or just what?
devotional type journals.
Okay, so we can do those. That's easy enough. Um, yeah, it's just more an issue of how to lay it out and stuff like that. But yes, that would be under the publishing agreement.
Then I got about 5 children's books. So
Okay.
I've been doing the illustrations with the AI.
Uh-huh.
Lord, that's it's challenging because he keeps
Yes,
changing the
it
colors.
is.
He keeps changing the outfit. It's too much. But anyway, I got one done today. I probably have another one done before I go to bed, and then I got two more after that, and then one I haven't done any. I mean, I wrote it, but I haven't done anything to it. But the rest of them I've kind of done. Then I got like a teen devotional for girls and for boys. Not a devotional, but it's a book. Yeah. And then I got a bunch of stuff. I've got stuff I've had for years, and I'm trying to get it out.
Yeah, we can do it. We'd work on how to spread it out and stuff like that, so that it doesn't all come out at one time and stuff. So you build up on it and with your marketing and stuff like that. But yes, we can do it.
Okay.
One last question, Alan. Will you be able to provide illustrations if the book needs illustrations?
We can work with the author on that, depending on what they're wanting and how many, because that is a costly expense.
Okay.
I have a question. If do we plan on doing audiobooks right off or not?
I would like to be able to do audiobooks, but it's not high on the list at this point. The print and the ebooks were the major aspect, and then following up on audiobooks. That's why I wanted to spread it out a little bit so that we could build it up and get everything set in through the process.
Because I was wondering about audiobooks as far as, originally my first contracts were just for Tantar Media reached out to me and wanted to do audiobooks of some of my books. So they gave me an advance per book. It wasn't huge, and then I had to meet that advance because there are a lot of costs. An audiobook is expensive. So I was wondering how we were going to do that. How would we, so that the author doesn't have to wait 10 years to get their money back? I mean, how would we do that? So I'm not saying we have to know right now, but I think that's something we need to have a direct plan of action. And you may have already thought all that out. I don't know.
That part I haven't thought completely out, like everything else. But that is something that does need to be worked on.
Okay.
Because it is a good source of income for the author.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I have a journal, but I think I need an app to go with it.
I'm sorry, say again?
I have a journal that it's ready. I mean, it's done. Everything's done with it. But but I think I need an app to go with it, because I think I need to provide a digital resource as well than just a paperback. I mean, it would be an ebook, I guess, or they could buy it either way, or print.
So
But
you're talking
also,
about like an interactive ebook?
well, I think it needs to have an app where people could go on and they could do what the journal provides on an app as well.
Okay, I think I know what you're saying. That would be a process to do, but yes, it can be done.
Okay.
And Alan,
Okay.
we're the projected date to get this up is January.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be officially open in January, and we'll start asking for submissions in January as well.
Okay.
Okay. Because I'm looking at, for my next book, I'm looking at I want to have it ready for African American History Month, so that, which is February. So if I were to do this, can I use that date?
Yeah, we could start working on it now, so that it'd be up in time, because with the holidays and everything, that's going to slow it down anyways. So I would recommend, let's get a jump on it. Let's get it started.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So with that, make sure you read the contract.
I got you. Okay.
Okay. All right. If there's nothing else, somebody want to move to make this official that we will create and operate the Texas Authors Press?
I second it, whatever.
All right, Denise and then all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All righty, thank you very much. Okay, also, no sales tax on books. As you know, I've been working with a couple of legislators, one senator and one Texas representative, to make this a law in 2027. Where just like they have it in August for for schools and stuff like that, it would be for books. The key issue for us is we need 1,000 respondents to the survey. We're just about 100 right now. But the more we're out there, and I'll be glad to send you guys a PDF that you can print out, so when you're at events, have people scan it and answer the survey and stuff. Because ideally over the next year, we definitely want to reach that 1,000 plus respondents so that they can say, yes, this is a valid thing that we can do. Let's push it. Let's make it reality.
Is there something on our website? I mean, website and on our social media pages?
There are, and I'll be glad to email it to you as well.
Okay.
So, all right. So that's where that is. Okay, so membership. This was interesting. We dropped from 50 down to 40 members. In other words, 10 didn't renew. But we're back up now to 52 members because of things I've been pushing and stuff. So we're at least ahead by 2 members, which is really good. And we'll see how else that continues to grow. So bottom line, we didn't lose, we gained 2. Now we just need to keep pushing that, because that's really what keeps us moving forward and being able to pay our bills and stuff like that. Because we get memberships every month and stuff. So that's extra money. As they say, gravy on potatoes or gravy on whatever. That's that extra money that pays our bills. So we really need to push the memberships as much as we can and stuff. All right. Any questions about memberships?
Well, I have a thought, and we might want to move on to something else because there's a lot that we have to cover. But there is a suggestion or a a thought I have on that. So we can table that until the end or whatever.
No, let's go ahead. Let's deal with it.
Okay, so I have felt all along, I know that the whole point of ours is to be able to have a museum. And I know that's the next thing we're getting to. But there's a place in it that you say, consider donating or joining for the museum. I think personally, I think it is confusing that I know we have to include the word museum because we are a CO1. I mean, we're nonprofit.
501c3.
Yes, thank you. So we have to have that in there. But I think that people get really confused on what they're joining. They think they're joining or supporting a stuffy old museum. And I'm sorry, but that's how people think of museums.
No.
So I think we need to distinguish ourselves as Texas authors. For a while we had our school. We need something, and it could just be a division of the museum. I think that's one thing that gets people. I mean, they just don't understand why they should join because it's a museum. I mean,
Good point, Becky.
I don't know. I just having that name immediately attached to it, I think that's just what they think they're joining, a museum.
Right. And most people don't go to museums anyway, so why
Right.
bother?
So, yeah. I mean, I donate a little token sum to some things, but it mostly you think of a museum as having big corporate sponsors or big fancy things. So I think, we just need to distinguish that this is we used to call it AMC and Arthur's Marketing.
Yeah.
And whatever.
Our original name was the Texas Authors Association.
Yeah. Okay. So I think we need to kind of go back to something like that is a division of the Texas Book Museum.
Well,
so that's a thought.
I have a question. What is our 501c3 name?
So technically we don't have a 501c3 right now because we lost it during COVID. So we have to refile that, and that's $500. But the full name of the museum is Texas Authors Museum and Institute of History, Incorporated. We are a nonprofit under the state of Texas laws, but we're not an IRS nonprofit as of right now. Okay. Does that answer the question?
Yes.
But I do understand what Becky is saying. I mean, people think, okay, they're joining a museum and they don't understand what would be the benefit of them joining a museum. So if it was distinguished that we're a division of that I think that would help as well.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's easy enough for me to create because like with Read Safe Ratings, we did that, Texas Authors Press.
Right.
So yeah, putting it and separating it into division, that's not a problem. And that probably will help us in a great deal in that respects.
I think it will. I think that way they'll understand what it is they're joining and not just an institute of history, or museum.
Right.
So, yeah.
Because I really like that name, Becky, Texas Authors Printing. What did you just say? Texas Authors Press.
Well,
to me, that says we're a publisher. I like that.
So I'll work on some ideas and watch the emails. I'll send them out to you guys for responses and stuff. All right. Okay, cool. Okay, so that takes care of old business. So new business. The Verified Texas Authors Program is up and running. Did y'all get a chance to review that and understand what's going on with that?
Say that again, Alan. The what?
The Verified Texas Authors Program. So a lot of concern is going on about books being published that are written by AI. So VTAP, okay, VTAP is a verification process where we verify that the human actually wrote the story. And they get a logo. Let me actually try to pull one up. Let me share my screen for a second. Let's actually hold on a second. Let me pull up. Here we go. Okay, I'm gonna pull that one up. All right, so what I'm going to show you is one of the social media items that we use, okay? And let me shrink it down so you can get a better view of it. First thing first, you see up here the verified Texas author logo, okay? And it has a certification number. This person's 0015, okay? So they get that they can put on their website saying, I'm a human that writes books and not AI. Yes, I might use AI for Grammarly or proofreading, but the book is written by a human. Okay. So this is a $50 charge. We've so far brought in about $300 in that. And we're seeing it starting to pick up because people do want others to know, especially readers, that, hey, I'm a human writing these stories and it's not AI. Okay. So that's why I created that, was for that purpose. It's
Did
not
not
going as fast as I
understand.
personally.
I'm sorry.
I was going to say,
Go ahead.
personally, I would love to see this go a lot faster, but it's not. But at least we're making money off of it. The time it takes for me to do it is minimal, so we're making some money on it, bringing money in and stuff. Your question was?
Didn't I read that this is per author for a 3-year period, not per book?
Correct. Well,
Okay.
yeah, it's per author.
I did my homework 30 minutes ago.
You did good, Becky. I'm telling you.
So we've had, since this has been done and it's going out there and stuff, we've gotten people outside of Texas asking, can I join? Well, since this is specifically Texas only, it's like, well, no, but so I've created another one. Okay.
Oh.
And let me see if I can find it that is specifically for everybody outside of Texas, but it can also be used for Texas as well. Let's see, where did I put it? Here it is. Human author verified. Let's see if I can find. Oops. Come on, come on, come on. Of course, it's not going to be there. Let's try it this way. There it is. All right, are you able to see this one? Let me switch.
I don't see it.
I don't.
Okay.
It's the same one you
Let
had
me
up there.
unshare. There we go. Here we go. There. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, now we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a fingerprint with a check mark, a book, human author verified. I'll have the same thing underneath it, certified number, such and such. This will be for everybody else. So Texas authors will end up with both of them ultimately, but it's the same thing. They sign an agreement saying, I'm only using AI for XYZ and not to write the book and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
That was my question there, Alan, because most people are using AI for their illustrations. And so you're saying AI was used only for the illustrations, or AI was used for one specific thing?
right, like using Grammarly as an AI program.
Okay.
Using Word document is technically an AI program. So if you're saying that, yes, I am writing the full book myself and I'm not using AI, but I'm using AI to do my spell check. I'm using AI to create imagery, that type of thing. But the written word is strictly human.
Got it. Okay. Okay. Now, yeah, that because KDP asked you the same thing when you will upload a book. Did you
Yeah.
use AI on any portion of this book? And they I don't know exactly what they do, but I think they put you in a different category if you say your book was all AI.
Yeah, they're supposed to. I honestly don't know if they do or not. I've never seen any of the books get processed the way we are processing them. So I honestly don't know. There is another company out there that has started, but they haven't listed any authors yet. So we're already ahead of them in that respect. So I really want to push that after starting now through the first of the year to really push it and to start building that as a source of income for us.
On the Texas one, it talks about doing a Zoom meeting, I think, and you have to tell your Texas connection and all of that.
Right.
But we won't do that for outside, or are we going to really do
We'll
that for the
still
other
do
ones? Or
yeah, we'll still do the Zoom meetings,
okay,
short, simple, and basically what all that is saying is putting them on the record saying, yes, I'm agreeing to the 4-page printout.
yeah,
With Texas, because I've met everybody so far that is signing up, I'm not having to do the Zooms. I've already met them. I've done videos with them or whatever. So I already know they're human in that respect. Okay.
Well,
But
would it
this
be
is something,
beneficial for us to take it outside of Texas too? Well,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Because with a million authors out there, that's good potential income for us. So, and like I said, they can use that logo on their website. And they can even put it inside the book itself, showing that they've been certified as a human writer and stuff. So for readers, they know they're getting true human stories, human take on it, and stuff like that.
that's a good idea to put it inside their book, to encourage them to put it inside the book or on their cover.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I've created with that. And like I said, we brought in about $300 so far on that. So I need to know if you guys want me to keep going with it under the museum.
Yes, and I was surprised
Yeah.
to see that we already had 6 or so people. Something you put out. I saw who Roxanne Hodge, I know, was on there, and some other people. So I think that's good if we already have that many with relatively little push.
I'm happy we have that. Don't get me wrong, we have 15 people and I'm happy with that. But I really expected to have a lot more than that.
But have we really pushed it? I mean,
not really. No, what you've seen in the newsletter has been about it. So, so I'll send each of you that form for you to fill out so that we can get you guys properly listed. Because again, being board members, this is free for you.
Yeah.
So,
okay.
take advantage.
And Alan, I think when you push that on Facebook, I mean, if you on there saying something about, you did your hard work, don't you want people to know that you are the one who wrote this and not a computer or something like that? That's gonna go, get a lot more people interested.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it should. And once authors are actually putting it out there, then other authors are going to see it and they're going to ask questions and stuff.
Yeah.
So I have created a referral program for those authors that are already signed up, that they would get $5 off of each one that they refer to us, that they can use for programs within us or cash payout and stuff. So it's basically 10% of whatever package the person buys. So, okay. All right. So with that in mind, somebody would like to motion to continue to do the program under the museum.
Yeah, I vote to continue.
All right. Second.
Yeah.
All right. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. All right. Next item. 2026 is the year of the reader. So in 2024, I created the year of the reader program. We didn't really push it. We're not really pushing it this coming year, but it's one of those programs I want to build on. Year after year, I want to build and add programs to it so that it really is something important. So I think you might have seen it in the newsletter, the t-shirt that I created for it, the new logo design and all that. Let's see if I can find it.
I looked at the newsletter. I actually did go through it this time.
Let's see. Oops, yeah. And come on, sure. All right, so that's the logo. Oops, that's the logo. Okay.
Hang on.
So fun and festive. It has the audio books, it has digital book and regular paperback and stuff. So we'll see how it goes and stuff. But one of the things I want to do with this is like Lone Star Festival, is if you buy 2 books, you get 1 free. If the grant comes in, I want to be able to use the grant money to help cover that so that more books are sold at the event. So, more authors have success in selling their books, but it also hopefully will encourage more people to come in through that program to participate in stuff. But again, it all depends on the grant if we get it and stuff. So,
How
but
much are the
I wanted to
shirts,
create
Alan?
$24.
Okay, yeah. You got
Okay.
big sizes, not just little people sizes?
We have all the colors down at the bottom and all those sizes down there, all the way up to
Got it.
3X.
Oh, that's
So,
okay. You talking.
yeah, and you should be able to click on the link in the newsletter. It should
Okay.
go straight to it.
Okay, as
But
far as the buy two, get one free, you're
Yes.
saying that you hope that the grant pays for that free book?
right.
Okay.
If we get enough of the grant, I want to put some of that grant money aside specifically for that program. So we'll have to max it out. It might only be $1,000 worth, it might only be $500 worth, but something that we can use so that encourages more people to buy books, but also to get a freebie, which means another author's getting a sale that they may not have got.
Right. And if not, a second version would be people who buy two, they could bring it up to you at the front desk or wherever, and an author could donate a book and they could pick from there, which we've done
We can do
similar
that as well.
things in the past. But we
Yeah.
might could do something like that.
Yeah, we can definitely, fine tune it once we know the grant.
Mhm.
So, and we'll have reading sessions going on in Lone Star as well, because we have a separate room for that. So that will help.
Will it have air conditioning?
process. Yes, yes.
Okay.
Yes. It's definitely a much nicer hotel all the way around and stuff. So, and the
And
rooms are costing the same amount.
And Alan, like last year, we were up off the freeway. Nobody knew we were up there or could see us. This is more what people can see.
So, we're up against the freeway again, but they're allowing us to put signs outside. So that's a big
Okay.
plus. And also inside, we're right at the front door at this
Okay.
hotel. So as soon as you walk in, right off to the right-hand side, you'll see us. You cannot miss us. And that's one reason why I like this hotel is because we're right there. It's near the lobby, so people are seeing us throughout the day and stuff like that. It's a much bigger hotel. So yeah, I think we're in good shape there and stuff. Okay. All right, so that's it in a nutshell. I want, throughout the year, I'll create little programs to inspire people to read more, because without them reading, we're not selling books. So,
You're right.
all right, next item, museum vision. All right, so this one's going to be a fun one. As you may have heard, a lot of school boards are having to close down certain schools because of non-performance or whatever.
Yep.
Austin has 12 schools that they're shutting down.
Ooh.
One of those is a middle school near downtown. I mean, like half a mile away from officially the downtown district. Okay. And I would like to explore us being able to get that and seeing if they're willing to work with us to create that into the museum location, a physical location. It's a good sized property, so it won't be cheap. It has a nice big outside so that we can do events there. It also has, of course, the gym and other things. It's a school, so it's big enough for us to be able to grow and to house everything and to build something on it, and also to sublease like a coffee shop or a restaurant or something like that to bring us more money and more visibility and things like that. But the big issue is, will the AISD work with us, or will they try to sell it to just bring money in? But I need y'all's approval to try to see what we can make happen. It's going to be a process. I don't expect anything in a year. It'll probably be more like 2 years before anything would be finalized. But I want to put it out there, and I also want to be able to send it out in the newsletter asking for people to pledge money towards it. They don't give it to us right now. They just say, yes, I'm willing to pledge XYZ towards this program, so that if we do get approval, then we have that money to go after, and people have pledged, yes, we'll give it to you. Does that make sense?
Yes.
It does, but you know how people are. They'll promise today, just like this $1,000 person donor that you said ghosted you you know, we can't
Right.
count on it until it's in our hands and cashed.
Right. Yeah.
But yes, I agree. And like one time you were talking about a space and that it could be a shared office space or people could,
Mhm.
and I think that's a really good idea if we could do things like that,
Yeah.
And Alan, excuse me. If Austin is like Dallas, Dallas has a lot of abandoned school buildings. They still paying taxes on the building, so they're very eager to lease that out to a charter school or lease it out to somebody else. And a lot of old buildings they like to sell them. So they should be eager to get somebody in there because they got to pay taxes on that land.
Right. And if I can do it in such a way, we're not a school, but we're educational. I think that may help us win more points, if that makes sense. And
Hmm.
also try to get the city council to support it, especially the council member for that district that the school's in. If he can support it, that may help us motivate them. The other nice thing about this location, it is 1 block away um, from Lady Bird Lake. So it's near the trails and everything. So it's part of the park area, basically. So that actually makes it nicer and stuff, easier to get to, ample parking, and all that availability of what we can do with it is just tremendous for us. Definitely a place to grow for 10 years or something like that. So,
Maybe you could lease space to other nonprofits too.
right, like to
Yes.
a restaurant for, they could take over the cafeteria and turn it into a restaurant or into a coffee shop or anything like that. Office space for other, writers groups could come in and rent space and
Mm.
stuff. So yeah,
Yeah.
we could definitely, as long as we can get that sublease agreement in there, we can definitely do something. So I see a good potential for us.
I think it's worth checking out and finding out
Yep.
the
Yep.
details of it.
All right, good. All right. I'm not gonna make a formal proposal on that. Just I
Hmm.
needed y'all to say, yeah, spend some time, see what we can come up with. So, all right.
Yeah.
So the last thing is our board member commitment agreement. As you know, some board members pop on and all of a sudden disappear, and
Hmm.
that doesn't help us at all. So starting next year, I want every board member to sign an agreement saying, yes, I'm willing to put in some effort, willing to put in some time to make this work in writing. Not just saying, yeah, I'll be there. I want them to be able to know that when they sign that agreement, and I've sent a copy to all of you, when they sign that agreement, that, yeah, it's a commitment of so much time and so much energy, and it's not something you can just show up and disappear on later.
Okay.
We've had way too much of that happening.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. Is there some,
Yeah.
unfortunately, it's just like with any organization when you're a volunteer. I mean, what do you do? You can't force somebody to do it. Is there
Yep.
anything that we could? Well, we already as board members we get a lot of perks,
We sure do.
as the free stuff. So you need to remind them of these things that we get, so they'll be giving those things up if they are not or no longer part of the board for whatever reason. If we replace them, remember
Right.
you'll have to do this. So I think myself, I don't come to all of them. We need to be reminded of what we're losing.
And that's why I'm kind of hoping that agreement helps solidify the reality that you
Right.
are committing to something.
The
So,
only thing I have a problem with is to attend a minimum of 2 events per year. There's none near me. So,
well, yeah, and we actually technically only do one event anyways. It's the
yeah,
Lone Star
okay.
thing. So,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, that's the big one that everybody should be participating in.
Okay.
Okay. I'll try to remember to go back and reword that. So, okay. All right. So that I think wraps it up. We did actually a half hour earlier than expected. Any questions? Because this is the last meeting of the year. So
Okay.
I'll be asking as it gets close to January if you want to participate in next year as a board member. But is there any questions, any thoughts, anything I should be looking at? Because these 2 months is when I really plan out for what we're going to be doing in 2026 instead.
Okay. I'm good.
No, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm through, Becky. Go ahead.
One thing that I might suggest to us is we're wanting people to say that they're authentic and not using AI. I think our new sales, the way we're trying to get memberships, I think we need to tone down some of that AI, a dazzling, whatever. I mean, it sounds great, but are we really delivering on those things? It sounds like we
Give me an
got that
example.
from AI, did we? Huh?
Give me an example. I'm not sure what you're saying.
Hang on a second. Of course, I can't find it when I'm looking for it. Something about it says you'll embark on a so and so. We'll create a dazzling something. It sounds good, but yet revel in the 30-minute video interview plus 4 questions. I don't know, just maybe just to brace yourself for a dazzling 12-month journey. Maybe just tone it down just a tiny bit so that it doesn't sound like we're overselling what we actually do.
Okay,
Just
I
get a
understand
little
what you're
bit
saying.
more,
Grounded.
yeah, a little bit more realistic. I don't know. That's kind of nitpicky, and I don't mean to be that way, but I have noticed that it sounds fantastic. So are they going to be disappointed when they see that it's not all?
Yeah, if we fall
Anyway,
short and don't deliver.
I'm sorry. That's just a
No,
thought
I
of mine.
understand. I understand.
Sounds good, but it doesn't sound real, to be honest.
Yes. Okay. Any other questions? Any thoughts?
I'm sorry the front porch reads isn't working out. That sounded like a neat idea to me.
Well, speaking of Denise, you want to tell her what you do?
I saw something on that. Yeah.
I kind of stole the idea, Becky, and
Uh-huh.
I'm doing a series on called Front Porch Wisdom,
Mm-hmm.
where basically when I get my butt out there on the porch, it got cold. I just talk about things, life lessons, and I do like a little 5-minute video. And Alan was telling me that he's gonna send me something he wants me to say. He hasn't done it, but he's supposed to send me something, and I'm going to take it and just say, follow. This idea came from Texas Authors Museum. You need to be a part of it. But I love the idea when he said it, and I bought a bench, and I'm actually sitting out there on the front porch. I don't know if you're on TikTok, but my videos are on TikTok where I'm sitting out there on the porch and I'm talking about life issues.
No, I signed up for TikTok. I think I've gone to it once, but anyway, and that was reluctant. But anyway, yeah. But I do know a lot of people make reels. I mean, from all walks of life, singers, everybody. I mean,
Right.
that's become a really popular thing, and that's
Yes.
why I can't imagine why that didn't really take off. I thought that it would.
Yeah. And I know because we do a lot of stuff, and when I put it out there for the authors, they're all wanting to wait to see who's doing it before they sign on. And when they wait because no one else is signing on, then nothing happens. So
I
it's
don't
a
remember.
catch
Was there a
22.
cost for that?
No, no,
Okay.
it's just I wanted people to say, yes, I'm interested in this so that we could then go into
Yeah.
their neighborhood and see what we could create. But everybody hemmed and hawed, and by that time it was already, well, not interested. Let's move on.
Well, start
Well, honey,
promoting all the Denises on our websites.
oh,
I mean,
thank
on
you.
our social, and then maybe people will say, "Hey, I want in on that."
Well, Alan, if you ever get to Dallas, y'all can come sit on my front porch with me.
Which reminds me, my car died, and I'm not
Oh,
fixing it because I don't have the money. So I am carless at this time. So that is going to hurt a little bit, but we're going to have to deal with it. So
Did you
are
have
you
any?
still living in it?
I'm sorry.
You still living in it?
No, I'm actually in a shelter right now.
Do you have a? Do we have any committed places you were going to be at, book fairs or whatever? That's
There
going to
was
hurt.
one in South Texas, But that was it. Nothing else. Oh, I'm glad you said that. I did forget something. So unfortunately, there's none that are committed at this time. So when I look at committing to someplace, I have to make sure I can get there relatively easy, Greyhound, flight, whatever, and be able to do it because we still need to be out there. We still need to be doing things and stuff. So because you said that, the Texas Library Association event is in April. Because of everything we're doing with the Read Safe and now the Verified Taxes and all the other stuff, I think we should have a booth there, but it's not going to be cheap. It's going to be like $2,400
Mm.
2.5 days. What do you guys think? I mean, is it to our advantage to be networking with the libraries through that, or just continue what we've been doing, which is the newsletter to them as we need to?
Since we don't have the money right now, and I think it would be a wonderful thing, but I think if the grant money comes in and we have $2,500 to spare, then we can maybe look at that again.
Unless we could get a sponsor to sponsor
There
us
you
for
go.
that.
Yeah.
And also what we've done before is when we've been there, we've always sold table time to authors so they can come in and present their books to the libraries. That helps cover some of the expenditures and stuff. So we could do that as well. But yeah, without the funds, it makes it really hard to do it.
Do they offer anything for nonprofits, like a free table or anything? They don't do anything like that.
Nothing.
Mm.
Yeah. They do have smaller tables that are just a table. I have to see if they're still doing it. It's been a few, well, COVID was the last year or prior. Yeah, 2020 was the last year we did it. So I don't know where they're at this point, simply because we haven't had the money. But because of the changes and growth that we've gone through, I think we need to start being back at those events and stuff. But I'll look into it, see if they have a table that might be half price or something like that. But yeah, it comes back to getting that money in the door to be able to save up and spend it accordingly and stuff.
Right.
All right. Anything else?
No, thank you for
No.
all the hard work that you go to
Yeah.
for this.
Yeah,
Sorry,
I appreciate it.
I'm sorry it doesn't pay you better, like
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah. Okay. So it is our last meeting of the year. You all have a great holiday season. I'll
You
work on
too.
the membership thing and see what we can come up with.
Okay.
And I'll send it out to you guys over the period of time. If anything else comes up that I think of, I'll let you guys know. Otherwise,
Okay.
the next issue of the magazine won't be out until January. And I'm halfway done with that one already, so we'll have that ready to go. But that's it. I thank you all for being a board member this year, and I will ask you again for next year if you want to participate or not. All right?
All right.
All
All
right,
right.
thank you.
Thank you.
Merry
Thank
Christmas,
you.
everybody.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas. Happy New Year. Uh-oh.
Thanksgiving. It's
Yeah.
going to be better.
All right. Y'all take care.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.